If you recall Lord of the Rings, one of the main plot points of that story, of that trilogy, that series of books, was that the trees would come back to life. Okay? As you progressed into the second book and they went into the forest, they started hearing noises and they started, you know, seeing the branches sway, and it was very, very strange. And it was the fact that the trees were waking up. The situation in Middle Earth had become so dire, it was actually causing the trees to begin to take notice. And that's when you meet the Ents. And it gets so bad that the Ents eventually have to decide to go to war with the forces of Sauron and Saruman. In fact, they're the ones that, you know, destroy what's the name of that tower? I think it's Orthanc. The Tower of Sauron is Barad-dûr, whatever. But they destroy one of the two towers, which, if you really know what they're talking about, the two towers actually represent, it's a portal. Again, the two symbolism, two side by side, the joining of the two towers, it's a portal. They were opening a portal to evil. So when the Ents took down one of those towers, you're kind of handicapping the evil forces. They can't bring their people through on a metaphysical level. But I digress. The trees are coming to life, and that's what's happening now. That's what's happening right now in our world, all around you. And all I ask is for people to pay attention, because I really believe that this is something that extends beyond the veil of the sensitive, of the psychic. I mean, if you are those things, then you'll pick up on it even more. But I feel like this is something that, you know, people are just seeing, noticing. It's something that anybody can see. The trees are waking up. Trees are something else entirely. They're not what we've been told. It's really, really weird. Really, really weird. The forest is really, really weird. I keep saying, and I will say this until I'm blue in the face, like, there's this stupid idea that they want to keep pushing. Oh, we have to explore space. Space is the last frontier. Nah, dude, it's the forest. The forest is weird as shit. Excuse my language. The forest is so weird. But yeah, trees. So for the longest, if you were psychic, or if you had some type of, you know, extrasensory vision, you'd probably pick up on the fact that, you know, trees do display, like, there are spirit-like beings, metaphysical beings, ethereal beings that live within the trees. They are known as, like, Stokion or elementals. I've talked a lot about those creatures, those beings, and they're always around. They've always existed within the trees. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, like, physical trees physically waking up. I have been going into the forest, and I invite you to do the same. Like, take some time. Like, visit your forest. Go take a stroll, take a walk, and pay attention to the trees. Pay attention to the forest floor. Pay attention to everything around you when you're in the forest. And just notice some of the things that are strange, different. You know what I'm saying? I've seen trees, like, literally move places. I've seen, like it almost looks like they're trying to, like, some of them are, like, trying to pull themselves out of the ground. And you'll see, like, a series of roots just kind of, like, in the air. Almost like weird tendrils or legs, because they're moving. That's it. It's just a thing. It's a thing. There's a movie that came out recently, Shang-Chi. It was a Marvel movie, and there's a scene that, there's a, not scene, but like a section in the movie that involves, like, the forest. And see, they have to get to this other realm, right? And to get there is, you have to get there within the forest. But the forest, like, will react to you. It starts to move, and what you thought was one pathway ends up being decimated, and it changes and it shifts. And that's starting to happen again. Like, what was dormant isn't dormant anymore. All these things that they lied to you and told you were like just, inanimate objects. There's so many things here that aren't, that's not what they are. Things in the forest, a lot of these stone structures, a lot of these stone objects, like these big stone objects that they tell you that, it's weird because of erosion. It's weird. No, that was a living being. That was a thing. And it went into a state of suspended animation. And now they're like waking up again. Because we're moving into a completely different cycle than we were before. And as the cycles change, things start to wake up. Things start to come back. Like, very soon, you're going to be looking at a completely different planet. I stake my life on that. Very soon, you are going to be looking at a completely different planet. Like, how's that for weird? Like, nobody talks about things like that, but that's what's happening. Because this world, this realm has gone through so many cycles, so many changes. And again, I point back to ancient depictions of enchanted, forests, and how the trees had faces and they did weird things and moved, and people didn't just make that up. They didn't just pull that out their asses. That came from an actual point of memory. That was real. All of that was real. So, and then to tie it all back around to, I think I got a comment in one of my videos recently. I'm so sorry, I can't remember your name. You commented, really cool person. But because you were like, oh yeah, I saw the same thing. And these people are coming in and like cutting down these trees. They're cutting down the trees that are waking up. Call me crazy, I don't give a shit. They're cutting down the trees that are waking up, that are waking up, that are coming to life. They're paying attention to all of this. Don't think that they are. They're paying attention to all of this. When these trees start to wake up, they cannot deal with it. Because understand, when the forest puts out a certain vibration, a certain frequency. And I have spent so much time just observing. They can't deal with that frequency. It is a natural earth-based frequency. They can't deal with it because they're artificial. Because the frequency that they deal with is artificial. You get what I'm saying? It just is what it is. That's why they have to keep us in this artificial, this frequency web that they create. But you have to understand, the earth puts out its own frequency web. And they've tried in so many different facets and arenas to change that frequency net. To either change it or to pervert it. Okay? Either they try to shut these things down, these places down, these areas down, or they try to invert the type of energy that comes out of it. Because that's just what they do. That's just who they are. They're on that archonic bullshit. Anyway, hope all is well. I've talked for long enough. Catch you when I catch you.